We continue the North American Ranked Royale qualifier. We are in the quarterfinals with AJ versus Evoh. Is that really small on screen, by the way? I imagine it's tough to see. I could probably zoom it in a little bit. But everyone can just squint on YouTube, right? Chat, here we go. We got ourselves a quarterfinal. Evoh able to take down AYYJAYY in order to make it to this position in the qualifier. A match against AJ, somebody who spent his time during the 10 days or so that you were able to qualify. I think it's even a little bit more than that. Maybe more like 12 days that were available to grind ranked in an attempt to qualify. AJ certainly spent time in the top 3. The top 3 ended up being First Killer, Daniel, apparently Jack. AJ was stealing some of those positions. I know Chronic spent some time in the top 3 as well. I think as far as players who did spend time in the top 3 who aren't in there, it was AYYJAYY, AJ, and Chronic. And actually, they all ended up on the same side of the bracket at the end of the day, which is unfortunate maybe for them, but only one player advances either. And all that means is that a few of them drop down towards the end of the tournament. And now AJ comes in as the 3 seed behind Chronic and Wisty. Wisty from Sam, actually that number 4 spot of everybody who is playing on US East. Can't really say North America because he is playing from Brazil. Evoh and AJ, though, only one of these players can advance to play Chronic, who has earned himself yet another bye by grinding higher into ranks. It'd be interesting to see if we had done a full poll, who players would have had as the favorite coming out of this qualifier. I think I saw a few people say Chronic, and you got to say Chronic likely because he has the most buys, so he's already closest to winning, so that gives him a really good chance to qualify. But I almost feel like people's top 4s might have come from this side. I think AJ would be a player that people would probably have second, and they might even go to Evoh third before going over to either OSM, who is actually one of the players with the bye on the other side of the bracket, and then maybe Wisty. Wisty is just so hard to win on 120 ping. Not impossible, and he's obviously proved he can do it in ranked, but it's hard to predict a Wisty victory. KV1 did it in the past. KV1 certainly farmed just about everybody on North American servers except for the top 4 or 5, which is who Wisty would also have to beat in the process of qualifying for the events. 4 players in the main event, if that wasn't already clear. Those 3 we mentioned who are already in, and 1 player from the qualifiers we showed at the beginning of the video. Right now, AJ came off starting hot, looking ready for this game. I like this throwback car design he has here. Rocking the tunicas and the wings. Evoh coming off a win. Could be helpful, could hurt in the long run. So he might not have the stamina to go 4 series straight. AJ gets a 3rd goal on a counterattack. Cool that there's an APAC player in this. Yeah, OSM playing for Gaming Gladiators qualified for the Winter Major. And he's actually already in North America at the Turf War Studios. If you guys have been watching me or Rizzo, may have seen the 1v1 LAN that they held, James Bott and Rizzo held. Those facilities is where OSM is at, playing his tournament right now. Back to his matches going on alongside this one over on Jorby's channel. If you want to see how it's going for him. Evoh trying to score off the demo. Does not connect. AJ wants to save all 72 of his boosts, so he just dashes his way down the side wall. And now he's into a great position. One he often gets a good chance from, but takes to the ground, and Evoh able to save and counter. I mean, if this is how both of these players like to play, they're willing to take their risks and they're willing to prioritize their aerial game at the cost of a couple different counterattacks the other way. Evoh plays this one on the ground and cuts around AJ. AJ actually finds a way not to get beat by that. It seemed like that was enough movement, almost certainly, that Evoh was going to get AJ to miss. And now it's the full field dribble all the way from the back wall. This time Evoh just accelerates it for a goal. How is he so consistent on these back wall to air dribbles? He doesn't go for the reset this time. AJ is waiting on the goal line right in that moment in where Evoh would have likely pulled down his car, let the ball land on his wheels, and then used a flip, which is a bit of a slower play. That's when he just accelerates to the ball and gives it that little bit extra, because we talk about it a lot, but once upon a time, an air dribble like Evoh's is never going in these matches because players are ready for just a straight dribble and expect only that. But now that there's so many different options, they've come back to being viable again. Kira, thank you for the full year of Prime. Hit us with the raid too. Appreciate that. AJ, kickoff goal to tie the game. AJ is testing the car out. You think so? Do you have this on authority? He isn't by chance streaming it today, is he? I know he has played some of the qualifying stuff, or some of the ranked games basically on stream, but he has mentioned that he plays far better when not streaming. I think that's the case for probably most people, but you never know. Sometimes the content must be had. Cam, thank you for the brand new Prime. He is not live, okay. Evoh up 7-5 as we approach the range where it makes sense to start playing your lead. AJ can score in a hurry, but I mean, if he scores quick kickoff goals this fast, it's not going to matter. We're going to be equalized before we even get under a minute. Delayed kickoff for AJ. I wonder if that was an improvised delayed kickoff. It almost seemed like he didn't get a clean approach and then decided, instead of trying to take a normal kickoff where I need to be fast to do so, I'll just make it a delayed kickoff, but leads to an Evoh goal either way. Ball to air dribble for AJ. 50 seconds. Can't help but feel like this one needs to be a goal. AJ dribbles so aggressively in comparison to the ones we've seen Evoh doing. I don't know how else to put it. Did Evoh actually slot this? Oh, wow. He almost did. Just barely missed. AJ back down to the ground. Decides to pop the ball with a jump. Not enough to get past. It's likely going to be an Evoh game 1 win. It's interesting to see the way two players who are playing, very similar aerial attacks can be so different. AJ attacks the ball as he goes for his reset like it hurt him earlier. Oh, wait, a demo. He has a chance here with 4 seconds where Evoh makes sure to touch it as soft as possible, like it's a delicate flower, as he tries to set it up. And wait, this is going to be up. This is going to be up. AJ ties the game with a kickoff. He bumps to get this one, and he wins this one directly on target. I don't think we've seen very many direct on target kickoffs all game long, and he gets one when it matters most. Evoh probably regretting not switching up his kickoff. It was a diagonal. Diagonals are so easy to fake as well, but Evoh wins the overtime kickoff. So it's him trying to find an opening against AJ. Stealing both corner boosts. Matter of time before AJ is going to peel off. Oh, never mind. He just let AJ reset on 100 at the midfield. He'll grab another 100 as well. Evoh from the back corner. He's looked so good from these positions. This time drops the ball right into AJ. AJ has the save and the boost advantage. Bring the ball in front of his net. Mostly just worried about not bringing it towards Evoh. First touch isn't great, but he brings it back on target, slams it off the backboard, and he might have just passed to his own demise, and I think he did. He tried his best not to make it an own goal as he goes for the second touch, but it doesn't matter. The damage was done, and Evoh takes it in for the game win. Game 1 goes to Evoh. Well, Evoh almost dropped that one away. He was walking pretty comfortably into a win before those final 10 seconds, so. Are there any Sam players playing in this tourney? Yes, there is. Wisty comes in actually as the #1 seed of this qualifier. He was 4th in rating when the deadline was hit. Playing on the other side of the bracket today. These two playing for a chance against Chronic. They'll have to beat Chronic and one more player to qualify. AJ is into the Fennec after the game 3, or the game 1 loss, game 3. I knew they were tied, and for some reason I thought it was tied 1-1. No, game 1 went in favor of Evoh. We've watched a lot of Rocket League games today, in my defense. I like this ground dribble game from Evoh. Just cutting the ball all the way behind AJ. Once he's got him reversing, he's pretty much got him dead to rights. Evoh off the wall was given the right side of the net by AJ. As he dives all the way in the corner, he's essentially saying, Evoh, if you can get it all the way to the other post, there's nothing I can do about it, but it's a risk I'm willing to take for boost. Doesn't pay off. AJ, wall to air dribble. Somehow not able to sneak this in. Evoh seemed fortunate to get a bounce off the post. The ball got forced right through him, something you're normally trying to avoid in that position, but in this case, they were just askew enough. I was going to say center, but you know, the opposite of center, far left enough. The post was able to help him out. Evoh launching this ball high to the ceiling as a way to buy himself a bit of time. It's not going to work out. Instead of letting AJ get a smooth carry, he wanted to break that up for him and have the ball fall to the midfield. In the meantime, Evoh grabbing boost. Hoped that from there he could make the save. Evoh not able to get anything off this reset. What happened to Mo? Mo just quit the game. Mo played a long time ago in one of my events. He was one of the top North American players, I would say. Right when he was peaking, he mysteriously quit the game in the middle of a tournament and pretty much never came back. I think we might have had him on a match again after he came back for a week or so. But of course, wasn't the same Mo that he was then. Or you know what? He might have come back for like a King of the Hill thing, like a best of one thing. I think that's how he came back, because I don't remember him coming back for a full show match, but he said he wanted to play in the King of the Hill event. AJ takes the ball away after a bit of stagnation between these two. Able to get his second goal. It's interesting because some people have been running ELO rankings on all show matches in an attempt to try and see if you can get a algorithmic rating of one's players. and they were including my matches and Johnny's, and it had Mo very highly rated because he quit on top. He was pushing his way really high in 1v1, I would say, and then just left. And so he never had anybody to lose his rating. Look at this dribble from Evoh. Evoh's looking so good today. For some reason, he's powered up. He has a bonus modifier if the dribble starts from either his own back wall or his own box. If it does, it has 10 times more likely chance of being scored. AJ not going to be allowed to get that free of a double. Dunks this ball off Evoh, and yeah, he's ready just in case. You can see him prepping. In case that was crossbar down, he was jumping up to dunk it in, but it was directly in. Let me ask this. Have you ever seen Mo and Zen in the same room? You know what's crazy is I think... Oh, might have... No, he didn't know French. I'll take that back. AJ can't get back to his flick fast enough to beat Evoh. He's going to be able to grab the midfield and back corner. AJ given a ton of space here. What can he do with it? Air dribble headed towards the left post. Didn't have really enough height to make Evoh sweat too much. Who are the some people doing these algorithmic rankings? We got halfway dead in conversation with them, and I don't think they have fully collaborated yet. But there's a couple of different people who made a cool website. Maybe one day we'll show it off, but I think they're kind of working on it in the process of making it just right. Halfway Dead's point, which is a good one, is to base whatever ELO rating you try and make for the people off of how good it is at predicting matchups. I think was his most recent input. I think that's how he runs his 3v3 rankings as well. Point being, if it seems to predict who wins the best, it's probably the best version of the ranking you can make. And of course, you can use a ton of historical data to do that. Right now, Evoh showing why the ratings should predict him to win, as he's able to just barely sneak out game number 1, and he's up 2 with 40 seconds. AJ, air dribble reset, did not land clean. In fact, that flip probably delays his return to the net even more. Evoh so pure. I mean, he needs to rush the ball to the net, and this just feels so automatic for him that it's no danger at all. Just slam the ball off the back wall. Who cares what angle I'm have to find? I will find it. He's up 7-4. AJ flying into the ball from midfield. Not going to be able to take this game. I know I said something similar towards the end of game 1, and AJ definitely had a chance at winning that one, but I think it's true this time around. Gets one more, but it's Evoh who wins game 2 and gives himself 3 chances to secure the round win and fight for a chance against Chronic. AJ is going to need 3 straight. Not Chronic. I almost leaked the script there. I leaked the reverse sweep script. Game 3. AJ into another new car. Still he was the Octane first game. I don't think he was the Women's History Month Octane, though, which is what this one is, right? Seeing if he can power or channel the power of the history of women in this month of March. So far, seem to be working out. Gonna leave this net wide open though. Evoh will take his opportunity to tie the game. AJ averaging 5. What is he doing per game? That's I don't know why I think that's just such a funny roast. It's such a interesting way to explain the way, honestly, I think Evoh likes to play as well, and a lot of players like to play, and not just to clown on one region. I think Nupo on occasion will have a what is he doing moment as well. The chat saying he needs to just clean up his what is he doing moments if he wants to win the series. AJ with another kickoff win. Spinning perfectly non-stop all the way through the dribble from beginning to end. Not quite able to score it. Should have a boost advantage. Evoh recognizes his time to take the ball away is now and not a moment later, so he pre-flips into the corner. Evoh will back off. Right now that's been working out for him. And this is kind of the double-edged sword of AJ's attack. Goes for the pogo this time. But when AJ's on, backing off, giving him space, and going to net is the biggest mistake you can ever make. It's a one-way ticket to getting 10-0'd as AJ hits banger after banger on your net. But if AJ isn't perfectly in the zone, he has been known to hand over some free opportunities. You back off and he's not on his game, he might give you a few easy ones. Evoh gets AJ up with the air dribble. Goes underneath him. Evoh going to give space to AJ again. This time, AJ looks to attack on the ground. I think he just lost the dribble unintentionally. Once it was rolling on the ground, immediately tried to get it back up, but the time taken to do that is more than enough time for Evoh to be able to challenge with ease. Evoh's going to catch this one. AJ leaves the right side of the net open, so Evoh gets the hook shot, fake it, and thought for sure he was going to be able to get AJ up in the air, but AJ does some circus acts in net to somehow save all of these shots. How he stayed glued to the back wall after showing the far right and then basically being forced to pre-jump it. He managed to read that Evoh was going to fake. Got the save and the continue save, and then back to all reliable. Nothing better than a nice air dribble bump to take the lead. Somebody said a lot of people losing points today. What does the prediction have for these two? Soft touch for AJ. AJ starting to catch a little bit of heat, as this is a really nice setup. Evoh was convinced it was going to be taken high. $90-10. It was 90-10 AJ. Wow. I guess I have the, hindsight is 20/20 after watching the first couple games, but I still don't think I would have picked 90-10. I think if I'm sitting in chat and AJ Evoh is happening on Johnny's stream and the current ratio is 90-10, Evoh unable to drop this one in off the ceiling. AJ's going to try and do something similar. He just absolutely cements the ball into the ground. Evoh off the back wall. First touch isn't on target. That's never been an issue for him before. He actually got a pretty decent shot with the turtle. These two are playing like they have to stay at constant top speed. AJ, instead of slowing down, just slams the ball into the ceiling and looks to make something creative happen again. Right now, he's up, though. So this play style, when either one of them are getting solid shots, is certainly going to favor AJ. Evoh tries to challenge AJ way too early, but he has no choice. Having to make up 3 goals. He wants to go next. Doesn't even want to wait out the last minute. That's the point he's trying to make right there. If I don't hit this challenge and it doesn't hit or doesn't win, then I lose the game anyways. AJ gets his first in what needs to be 3 straight if he wants to come back. Game at number 4. AJ finally realized the secrets. And the secret was channeling the power of Women's History Month. And so he will stick in this octane again. Look at that. A dribble from his back corner. Grabs the resets just outside the box, and Evoh, who has been beat every which way now by AJ in the past few minutes. Can't get the read on this either. AJ chasing down Evoh in the corner. Certainly this is not the setup Evoh wanted. As he flies past the ball, AJ will take advantage of the mistake. Always making sure to be close enough to the play to benefit from something like this. I think that's honestly something Evoh isn't doing. Evoh's doing a lot of full backing off when he feels like he's lost possession. AJ tried to be really aggressive, made it back before the angled shot. Now Evoh for the top left corner, saved with momentum. AJ, no boost to work with. An attempt to get the counterattack, but he's still going to slot it top left. 3-0 for AJ. AJ working his way all the way back. A couple tough games to start the series, but he knows chat has 90% of the channel points on him, and he does not want to make them disappointed. Another kickoff win for AJ. A late touch right as Evoh comes off the wall. The rock, paper, scissors of the aerial game has been going AJ's way multiple times in a row. Evoh somehow matrixed that ball, watching it back. The power of the Game 5 and the qualifiers for some reason is just too strong, it seems. Just about every game we've had so far has gone there. AJ gonna make it 5-0. We saw the early forfeit from Evoh. I talked about forfeits earlier today. It didn't work for Atto when he forfeited. He got himself out of a 7-1 game into the next one in an attempt to save the mental, and it just continued right where it left off on his way to a loss in the series. Evoh's going to have to think about that too, as his lead slowly, AJ's lead that is, gets slowly bigger and bigger, and Evoh has to decide whether or not to stick it out and attempt what might be impossible, or to head to go next. AJ, demo at the midfield. Evoh does tend to get tilted. Yes, I would say that's true. Yeah, he wants to go next. 6-0, 2 minutes in. He's calling it here. Another game. He just lost 2 games so fast. He's out of this one. And he's changing his car. Game 5. AJ on a roll. as we head to the last game. Guess I'll just ready up. Evoh might come back in a random car. I feel like I saw him do this recently. It might not even be an Octane. We'll have to see. Or who did Nupo play recently where they started playing random cars? Oh no, but it's back to his Fennec. Game number 5. Evoh and AJ. Was this not the Fennec he was using all day? Did he switch off of it after the previous loss? He's back in the one that has gotten most of his wins today. AJ stays, of course, the Women's History Fennec. Or sorry, the Women's History Octane. Evoh slow roll to the goal line. Can he stop what is a ton of momentum for AJ? I don't know how far back it goes, but we know it's 6-0 in the previous game. I think that we had a similar streak in favor of AJ at the end of the game before that. So we're probably upwards of at least 10-0 run on Evoh right now, if not even more. Evoh looked so good to start the series, but he just can't seem to find that offense again. Bumping AJ away. Doesn't have the angle to finish it off. Evoh out of the back corner. He has looked strong on these long dribbles, and he looks strong again. AJ has the boost to work with. Tried to pre-jump it. Decided to come back down to the ground. Could not read the reset. Able to equalize in game number 5. Has he fully stopped the bleeding though? Still a 10+ to 1 run for AJ. So he takes a dribble from his back corner. Slammed away from the ball. Evoh has to be careful not to let AJ score this. Actually got a save that could lead to a goal the other way. Tried to play it quickly, but AJ's recovery was really quick. Wasn't even close to being exposed on that counterattack. Evoh up the side wall. Looked like he wanted it to roll, but instead pops it, able to get 100. AJ pinches off the post. A little bit more strength, and it might have been a goal. He's out to the midfield, and Evoh capitalizes. AJ thinks he has time to grab the mid and turn around. He actually attacks the ball immediately. Doesn't even head back towards his net. Evoh rushes it past him. Evoh turned into the play. Bumps AJ. Not able to get a favorable 50 on the goal line. AJ almost was able to counter. Nice pre-flip from Evoh to stop it. But now will be AJ with space, something that Evoh has given him multiple times in this series. Something that was working for him before, but will it work this time? AJ, the slow dribble. Slow-mo over the top of Evoh. Was Evoh potentially worried? He pre-jumped early and then just found himself underneath the play. I don't know if he was waiting for AJ to drop it. Turns out AJ was never going to drop it. Carries it all the way in. AJ kickoff win. Not going to go high. Cuts around the ball on the wall to keep it low. Evoh, that's not the save. AJ gets a third. Evoh had 100 to work with. And I'm sure, given another chance at that, Evoh was probably able to save that with ease. AJ out of the back corner, finishes off with a low 50. Evoh gets a freebie. I say a freebie, but it's certainly possible to make a mistake on this save. But Evoh gets to react to AJ as he lands fairly far away from the net. does mean that Evoh doesn't have to be too worried about the end result of the play. Certainly can make a much safer challenge than he maybe otherwise would have been able to. AJ finds another off the kickoff. Collects into the corner and gets Evoh to miss. Evoh should be getting a dribble here. No, AJ beats him. Evoh had the duty of controlling the ball, or the pleasure of controlling the ball, but the downside was that he couldn't just rush to the boost like AJ could. So you knew Evoh had the ball under control. Ended up winning the race there. Evoh really wants this possession. He's staying on top despite not having boost to work with. He will finally back off. AJ, full field dribble right now. AJ needs to be careful with these. And he scores another. He has found that slowing this ball down is working wonders against Evoh. All he needs to do is keep it up just a bit longer, and Evoh will challenge underneath. No longer can Evoh just forfeit to get himself a new game. He is going to have to make up this deficit, and he'll do at least part of that with a quick kickoff goal. Down 1 with a minute 16 left to go. Wave dash kickoff for AJ. Bumps Evoh slightly off kilter. Evoh's half flip recovery is not enough to win the race to the boost. Low chip off of the dribble from AJ. Evoh with 18 left to work with. Hoping probably to luck into a demo, but he doesn't, so he backs off. AJ wall to air dribble. Does Evoh go back to just taking this risk that AJ might give him the ball? AJ's not giving it to him anymore. And after dribbling it over and over again over the top of Evoh, this time he gets the reset and lets it fall. And it sinks underneath him for the 2-goal lead. AJ 43 seconds away from making 90% of chat look like they knew what was going to happen all along. Half flip to the midfield boost. AJ doesn't have, or sorry, Evoh doesn't have a ton to work with. I think AJ knows it. Now Evoh has 100. AJ actually just slams the ball at him. Wants to stay over the ball. Never let Evoh get a clean possession, but then he goes all in with his 100 boost. So there is Evoh's 5th goal. Evoh trying to rush it as quick as he can to save himself a bit of time. 12 seconds left to go. Will Evoh mix up anything on the kickoff? Goes standard. A lot of camera work to see where AJ is going to be. Notices AJ will be tapping it away. Turns back to the ball. Soft catch. It all comes down to this dribble. Can he keep it up? He does, but AJ clears it off the back wall and to the ground. AJ finishes the reverse sweep. GG's from Evoh, but AJ advances to face Chronic. You can't make this stuff up, man. How did the